Hello, I'm Czardus. Grab some coffee, sit back, and relapse as we build in Cities Skylines 2. This is my beginner's guide, and we are going to continue building today. We have a few things to do. Mainly, we're going to build a transportation hub in here and redevelop this corner. But first, we've got some issues. Look at this. We've got a power issue because garbage has piled up because our landfill is full. Now, I did add a hazardous waste collection point, which increases the processing speed, but you can see it is still not quite enough to make up for the stored garbage, mainly because we don't have vehicles going out currently. Well, oh, there one goes. But yeah, they're mad because they don't have enough electricity, which we're kind of in a feedback loop type problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to get an incineration plant, but the problem is that costs $1 million. So we need to borrow at least $500,000 more so that we can solve this issue quickly. So we're going to go ahead and get this up. Let's go ahead and just borrow $1 million. That is going to increase the interest rate considerably, but that will be okay. So we're going to do that. Then we'll come over here and pause. It did not borrow $1 million, did it? Yeah, we've got $1 million in loan. Oh, I know. We borrowed 600,000 more. I understand. There we go. So anyway, we're going to get that incineration plant. We need to unlock it first. So we're going to development, garbage management, and incineration plant. Go ahead and use 2 points on that. And then we can come in here and we're going to put it out here by our land, or whatever this is, the water treatment plant. And we'll go ahead, and this is a huge building, but I think what we'll do is we'll put it right over here and on this side of the road, like that. So now we can unpause, and this should immediately start to get some more trucks out. Yeah, a lot of trucks are going out. You can see them there. They're going to go around and collect that garbage and solve the issue that we're having. And we can connect this to our power line, which is over there. So we're going to go ahead and work on that as well. And the incineration plant will then just help to add more power to the grid in general. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off snapping so I have a lot of control over where these power lines go, because I really would love to fit them in between this road and the highway. So we'll see if I can get them in here. Just a little at a time. There we go. So we make it through, and then we can come along this way a little bit more, and hopefully go right across here like that. All right, so that is all connected. And this, once it gets more garbage in there, oh, look at that. It already has collected more. It will start to get a lot of that out. And what we're going to do then, we're going to come here and tell them to export or empty out the landfill as much as they can. And that will get them working their trucks to get the waste out of the landfill and over here, because now we have processing power that we can do that. And we're going to skip time a little bit, or skip ahead, so that we have the money to do some more things. Okay, so we've got quite a bit of money now. I mean, not a ton, but enough that we can start doing what I want to do, which is to work on getting some of this land and make our way in this direction, because we're going to want to put the train station in here, and then we'll come out that way. But before we do that, really, we should probably consider relocating these industries. This one is a coal mine, and that's going to be a bigger issue, because if you look at natural resources, we don't have more coal or ore available at this point. So we're going to lose all of that production, which is a big deal, because we are currently producing a surplus of 40 tons per month of coal. And so losing that mine is going to be a pretty big deal. But in the meantime, we can get this to be relocated out this way. And we have space here that I think this spot, and maybe even here, maybe we get 2 of those for rocks, although we have a pretty good surplus in rock as well, so maybe we don't need to do that. We can just close them and replace them with other jobs, which will be probably offices. So that'll be the plan. Okay, so now that we have that plan in mind, let's go ahead and we're going to unlock some of these. We'll get these 2, and then what I think I want to do is kind of get a bridge, although we're gonna have to rethink some of that. We're gonna bring the rail off this way, I think. Let's take a look at some of the terrain out here. We've got a hill there, so we want the train to come through there, and I think that'll be fine. What we can do is we can lower the highway there a little bit. So let's go ahead and make that plan. Let's come in here. We're going to get these 2. Let's get all 4 of these to start, although we might be able to go without getting that one. We're gonna have to buy one of these though. Let's buy those 3 to start. Okay, so now we're going to pause. We've got the money, and we can come in here and we're going to take out this highway a bit to there, and then we're going to lower the terrain. And what I want, we do come down here, so we're going to cut through like this. And actually, that goes up, I believe. I think we'll bring it down even further, because what we've got is actually flat land here. That is that lower or higher? The rail is lower here. Okay, so we're gonna raise the road through there. This is gonna come all the way across there, and we'll come in here. In order to get the train, first of all, we have to unlock it, and then we're gonna have to build a rail yard at some point before we can get the stuff. But we'll come in here to development and unlock trains. So now we can build track. We have to get a rail yard in, but the first thing I want to do is get this rail in like that. And then here we're going to come along this way, 180 degrees at the start, and curve like that. And then on this side, it's going to be a little bit of a tighter squeeze. Come in here and we'll level this some more. And we've got the rail gets elevated here, so we're going to delete back to here and level all of that. And then from here, we're going to slope, right click on that, and we'll slope up like that. So it's a more gentle slope for the rail. And then this should be a straight line, I believe. Yeah, just about. So we'll get that there, and then we want to curve from here. We're gonna make this as nice as we can here. Like that. I think that will work. It is a pretty tight curve there, but I think the trains should be able to handle it just fine. So now we can come back in and we'll get the highway here. And we want, it's gonna curve a little bit. So we'll get a 2-lane here. We're gonna come out this way to about here and come in like that. Whoops, you know what? I forgot to elevate. So we're gonna redo quite a bit of this actually, because we do need to get up and over this. And I think what we'll do is we'll come in here and be elevated about 22.5 feet there. Let's get this across the train track first of all. Is it going up higher there? That's always the trick, is to figure out exactly, yeah, we need to be a tiny bit higher. Go to 30 feet. And we'll do this side first. Well, no, we'll do this side first. Get across there. across there. And then we'll bring it in this way. Actually, yeah, this is very tricky to get some of this. You really have to play one little piece at a time. Then we can come this way, and now we're going to page down until we snap to that. And then we will go to replace, and we want to right click. Nope, left click. That is always the thing I have to remember. Left click there. And then over on this side, we can come here and snap right in like that. So that side is nice. It goes up and over the rail. Now we just have to get this side. And we have to reconnect here, actually. Let's do this first. This needs to go, let's get 3 lanes here. And then this can come off here. We want to come in as nice as we can. There we go. And then reverse this. Okay, that side is done. Now let's bring 3 lanes briefly here. And we don't want to be elevated yet. We want to make sure this lines up nice. There we go. And then we want to make our way up to 30 feet by here. And stay at 30 feet across the track. And then we can come down. And we want to connect here. Just trying to get that node in. Okay, that'll work. So now we've got that bridge there, highway is put back together, and we can continue getting our rail in here. So I think what I want to do is I want to get the rail yard over in here, I think. This would be a good spot just outside of the city for that rail yard, especially because then we could split and we could bring a line out this way, and maybe we replace this landfill with a cargo train. I think that is probably a good idea. So what I want to do is buy a couple more tiles now. And I think we'll go ahead and we'll get this time. Well, no, because we're on this side of the highway. So we'll get these ones. And then I think we need all of them, but we can only get a little at a time. So we'll get this for now. And then what we can do is we want to come in here. And I think we do need to come up a little bit. We'll level to this spot here. So I'm going to make the brush larger. We'll get a nice big flat area in here that we can work with. Cut into that hill just a little bit, and then I'll make the brush smaller again. And we want to be at that height from here. So we're going to come along like that. And then we can come in here with our track and curve nicely into here. So now we need to get a rail yard in here, and we need 150,000 for that. So let's skip ahead a little bit. All right, we've got the cash now that we can come in here and we can get a rail yard. And what we want to do is we want to get the road, I think. Oh, shoot. All right, well, everybody makes mistakes sometimes, and that time I clicked with the left mouse button instead of the right, which meant that I lost money for the city, but that's okay. We're going to put this, and we want the road to be on the side with the highway, I think, because eventually we probably will get a interchange there, but for now, let's go ahead and we're going to put this right here. And the other thing is that now we can come in here and eventually we can get an extension that will extend the yard that way. But for now, what we want to do is come in here and we're going to turn it off, because otherwise we're going to have to pay for it when we don't really have it connected yet anyway. And then we can come in here and this is just going to connect in there. And then what we want to do is get some train tracks to connect out this way too. And I think I'm just going to bring this in. Simple curve like this, invalid shape. Yep, okay, there we go. And then this one should be able to just connect straight out like that. So that is all connected to the rail. Now we need to get it connected by road. And like I said, I think we want to, we're gonna have to figure some stuff out here. We need to get power, or like we need to get a road across. I don't really want to build a bridge there. I also don't really want to buy the tiles to go all the way to the industrial area just yet, but I guess we're going to need to do that. So if we buy those four, those are the four, probably this one too. This one has a ton of groundwater though, so it's more expensive. If we leave this one out, we could work with that. That would be fine. So 134,000. All right, we magically have that money again. So let's go ahead and purchase those tiles now. So now we can come in and we're going to be able to get this rail out this way. And these are going to connect as well. But for now, let's focus on getting a road out here. And I want it to be a simple road here. And then I think we'll even switch to a 2-lane highway here. Just bring this right along out here. That just makes it a pretty rural road, and right, we have to come out this way. Then down this road. And over like this. Although, we have power through that, right? No. That's the problem. Okay, so we're gonna come back in here and switch this back. You know, the usual, just little shenanigans of selecting the wrong road, not quite having it work the way you want it to, and you know, there's basic city skyline stuff, right? So we'll come in here and we'll get this right like that, and then we have to figure out where we're going to go from there. I would really like to see a road fit in here. So now our landfill is empty enough that I should be able to bring it this way and gain some space for a road. There we are, and this is going to come in. Let's go ahead and bring it right along the side here. Turn off snapping for a minute and get it like that, and then turn snapping back on and bring it the rest of this way. And then over here, really don't like how many intersections we're getting here, especially when I really want to get an interchange in here. But for now, this will work because the purpose is to get the power out to the rail yard. So that is good. Now we can bring the rail out farther. Let's bring it with this road or this track, and we need to level a little bit more here. This needs to be like that, and then we want to be this level here, and we're going to cut right through. That will work. Okay, so this is going to come down and curve that way, and then we're going to get these traps to join that way, and we'll get one coming out here that can join over this way, I think. I don't like how steep that is, so we're gonna bring it a little bit further here if we can. Yeah, I guess that works. Sometimes you just have to take what you can get, especially when you are really just trying to get things connected, and these aren't super important. Trains will be going pretty slow there anyway, but now we're over here and we can really close these mines out. So we are going to just demolish them all together. 1 and 2. Yep, everybody's mad, or actually these people are happy because we got rid of that. But this is going to be a road bridge. Which actually, maybe we should... Okay, we're going to get the rail in first. But we're going to have 2 layers of bridges here. So first of all, we're going to have this come out a bit. And then it's going to come across. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that is going to be good. Actually, I kind of want to get the rail a little bit lower. Where do we want the station? Let's think about that. So I think I want to put the station in here, and I want to do the big station instead of the medium or small one, because it's going to be our central station, and it's kind of where the trains end and stuff like that. But I do want it to be a little bit not quite as high as the rest, and in fact I want it to be a little bit lower than this. We're gonna go to shift terrain and right click, and of course that is more than I wanted, but we can come back in and we're going to right click, say here, and that can get this. Yeah, that should be low enough in here. So that's about where I want the train to be. And I want it to be this way. I'm gonna make a bigger space. In fact, we're going to lower like all of the area in here to start. Go all the way to that road, in fact. And follow that road a little bit too. So now we've got plenty of space in here. We can work and get our train station. We'll put it right here. Like that. So now we've got our train station in there. We can get a road out. Let's get it connected. So it's actually, no, let's turn it off for now. And then I don't really care that it's not connected to the road yet. And what I want to do is I want to bring this, right click and left click this way. And then from here, we're going to slope up. Like that. So then we should be able to get a pretty good slope there. You have 2%, beautiful. I like that. And then we should be able to come right across here with our rail and do a curve like that. And there's a little bit of a chink in the road, in the thing there. Let's bring this up. That's better. Okay, so the rail gets over, and then what we want to do is we want to come in here, take that out for a moment, and this, I want to come out this way. This is going to come all the way here, and I want it to be pretty much in the center of that track. Let's go just a little bit further. There we go. So that should bring us in very nicely, and then we can do simple curves like that. So those can split out and feed it nicely. Then what we want to do is we want to level here, and we want to be level on both sides of this. And keep that as low as we can get. Wow, it's getting really dark from this storm. This is quite the storm here. Yeah, we're just gonna have to deal with this. I checked to I double checked to make sure I've got day night off, and I do, but sometimes the weather is pretty intense. So we're going to level here and keep all of this up high compared to the rail. And then over on this side, actually, I really like that. Let's smooth it a tiny bit, though. Yeah, and then this road, we can get reconnected here. That is a tiny bit of a curve. There we go. So it's just one easy little thing over that, and then we can develop in here with all kinds of stuff. And on this side, we want to smooth out with this road. Let's get a smaller brush, right click there, and just level out a tiny bit, and then soften like that. So we've got a small hill going down, and we want to get a road right in front here. And what I think I want is, well, a pedestrian street would be nice there, but I don't think I want that. I think, yeah, we'll just keep this here. And to manage traffic a little bit, we'll have a one-way road going this way, leading into the station. That way, and leading back out. So now that is all connected. And then the next thing will be to get buses in there. But first, I want to continue getting our terrain to be the way that we want it. And I think what we want is a... no, you know what I want? I do want this to be at the road level on this side. So we can stay like that. We've got a little bit of a hill here, and we can smooth it out here. And then we've got the higher terrain on the other side. Then up here, I think this is where we're going to put the bus stations. So we'll level this out all the way like that. Yeah, and just to make this a little bit even better, we're going to come in here and we will get a pedestrian street here. And we want it to be elevated, or at least like that, and then come across like this. Yeah, I kind of like that. And then because I'm trying to come in here, and I want a retaining wall there, just to make it look a little bit better, and it's not quite doing it the way I want it to anyway. And I wish there was a fence there. So, okay, that's not going to work. Let's just leave that out. And we'll get the, like I said, we'll get a bus depot or a bus station there. But first, let's double check that everything's connected. Ah, yeah, now we want to get this bridge over here. And I want this to be another big bridge, because this is going to be a pretty major street, I think, coming in here. Yeah. I think so. Yeah, let's widen it, in fact. Let's come in here. We're going to get a large road. I don't know about Skylines. Well, do we have a divided there? Yeah. Skylines divided road. We'll get that on this side. There's going to be a major road coming out this way. And it's going to be another major bridge over here. Definitely not the Golden Gate Bridge, but I think this one will be good. I don't think we've used this bridge yet, but I want it up and over here at about that angle right here. Oh, I hate that it doesn't want to get in the right spot. Get a span there. And then we should be able to get another one in here. No, it does not like me at all. Yeah, it wants these spans right across. There we go. That gives it across there, and then we should be able to come down here. Yeah, up and over. It's doing the classic City Skylines thing where it dips down. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to lower the intensity of the elevation step, and then we can take these out, and we're going to go just a little bit at a time. And in fact, what I think I'll do, we're going to come back up here, and we have to get up to, what was I at, 30 feet? No, even higher than that. we want that, we're going to watch that grading. So you can see that is at plus 0.1%. That's what we want. We want it to be 180 degrees. So what I think we'll do is we'll get a span like that. And then we should be able to come in here. And no, it wants that there again. Those spans are gonna just drive me nuts. But we can get it like this. And then we want to make sure that that is about 0 as much as we can. Very good. So it put the spans on the other side of that rail. And then we can come in here and we'll just get one like that. And then we're going to switch back to the regular road and start coming down here. And eventually, this road will go to the highway. And we've got a bridge there. So we're going up kind of weird. We can work with that. But eventually that's going to have another interchange there and be like a major road coming into the city. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now our rail lines, what we want to do is we need to turn on the train station. It should have everything it needs, and we do want to charge a parking fee. We want it to be very expensive to park at the train station. We'll go up to 30. We'll probably get another... Well, no, we probably won't get a parking lot in there at any point. But for now, I do want to come in and I want to create a line. So we're going into the transportation tab and doing passenger railway line. We're going to click here, create a new line, and we're going to send one out this way to Milford and come back here, complete the line, and then we'll have the second one go out this way to Hindon. So train line 1 is Milford, train line 2 is Hindon. So now those are both complete, and we can come over here and go to trains. This one, like I said, is going to be Milford, and the other one will be Hindon. Okay, so now when we click on these, it will tell us how many trains we have, and we definitely, I guess we'll keep it at 2. Each one can be at 2 for now. It's going to cost money, but that is also going to bring people in, and no vehicles because we have the rail yard turned off. So we have to turn that on, and that will start to bring vehicles over here. Those are working, and that will get us some rail traffic in there. So now the next step in our transit area is to get the bus lines going. So buses automatically unlock when your town gets big enough to get this transportation tab. Buses are the basic transportation, and we're going to go ahead and get those set up. So first we need a bus depot, and I don't want it to be in this area. This is going to be pretty intense of a I have no idea what word I'm looking for. Dense area, but we'll get the bus depot over there, and then we can get some bus stations in. And I think we'll go ahead and get a big one in here if it fits. Oh, so close. Okay, we'll get a couple of small ones in. So we can get extra platforms there. Let's do this. I actually want it, we're going to bring it in with its own bus road. So we'll bring this in, 1 lane, 1-way road. And in fact, we'll bring this, because it's 1 way, I wonder if we can get it like right here. Yeah, that is going to be very nice. And then we can curve it out this way. Come on. Go just a tiny bit further here. And bring this up. There we go. And then we'll bring this here. Doesn't want to do that. I want this road here, whether you want it or not, game. We're gonna get that there, and then we can come in here and we'll get our bus station. I want it off of this road, but I want at least one of them. Extra platforms will go in there. So we've got 6 platforms there. Can't do a taxi thing yet, and we can get some station services in here as well. Oh, you know what? Let's get 2 of these like that. And then we can bring in another one here and get the extra stuff there. I mean, I know this is overkill, but this is going to be a very major bus spot. And so then we want to come in and road services. Really want this to be bus only, but I don't think we can do that. Maybe we can in here, actually. Yeah, there we go. I want this to be a bus lane only. Beautiful. And then, you know, it's actually tempting to get this to be a 2-lane. I don't think it's going to be big enough. Yeah, I think we needed a 2-lane road here, which I've now prohibited. Okay, so that'll be fine. It'll still be a 1-way, which means that anybody, like any of these vehicles, are going to have to come in that way. We'll have to be careful as we're planning, but for now, the biggest thing we have to do is get this road to connect to that, which is not going to be quite as easy as one would hope. What we'll do is we'll go like this. There we go. And then we can, again, come in here and just make this bus lane only. Oh, yuck. How are we that high up? Okay, there we are. We got the game to do most of the work. And then the other thing I want to do is I want to fill this in with surface painting. So we're going to come in, or not surface painting, but surfaces here. We're going to come in and I just want to make sure that like all of this, if we can, is the same as that pavement. And I want that to be this here. No, I want to select that. There we go. So you have to, of course, make sure that you select the surface that you want before you start putting it down. And one thing to make sure you do is to like maybe do a tiny surface so that you know that you're getting the right one. So now we've got that in there, and we could probably add a few props in there as well. Some park props, like a little fountain here, but it's too big. Yeah, all of those are just a little too big for the space here, but a kiosk, yeah, get like a little, whatchamacallit, newspaper stand there. I like that. Okay, so, and maybe a food cart. No, let's get a bench in there. Or how about a big potted plant? Nope. Okay. We'll just leave it with a food stall there, or a nice little thing there. And of course, we do also need to come in here, and we don't want any parking there. No parking. Let's get wide sidewalks here. Both sides. There we go. And what would it look like with grass there? No, the grass would be kind of silly because then the buses would drive right over that. But buses, and first of all, how many do we have? 11 passengers waiting. So people are using this already, which is good to see. And now we can get some bus lines going. We have all of that. So what we need to do is we need to build some bus shelters. And what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just have like some shorter lines that for now connect into our giant bus hub. We've got a space for 6 lines to stop in there, and I don't think we'll get that many. We'll just get like one coming out this way, and then we'll have one that goes out that way. We'll have one that goes along that road, and then we'll have one that comes down there and one that goes out that way. Okay, so we currently have 4 lines. We have one that comes out this way and turns around there. We have one that goes along this road out to the university. We have another one that comes along this road to the university. And then we have a 4th one that goes out here to the industrial area. And I think that'll work for now. So what I want to do then is we're going to come in here and go to our lines, and we have a lot of buses that need to be used, which also means that we have pretty much all of our buses are in use from the depot, and I don't think we need that many. So what we're going to do is come in here and just reduce these as low as we can for now, and then we're going to watch the usage of the line, and we will increase them as we need to. Like as the usage gets over 100%, then we'll come back and we will increase the number of vehicles on it. But for now, we'll just keep it like that, and then we'll see how that usage changes. So that is that part of it. And then let's come in here and we're going to get a few roads in place because we want to get some offices in these areas. So I want to bring a road down this way, and in fact I kind of want to have this be a pedestrian area. Let's go ahead and do that. So this road will come down this way and come pretty close to the train station. In fact, we could just come like that. I think that'll work well for that. And then we can get offices in there. Let's go ahead and add a road here. And then we can come in here and, like I said, I want offices right here. We've got a lot of demand for them. We can just fill all of that in there, and at some point we'll get commercial maybe on the other side of this. And really what we probably should have done is maybe commercial on that side and office on this side. Yeah, you know what? We're going to redo that. We're going to come in here and we'll get high density business in here. And we'll get offices on this side. So what I want to do then is we'll bring in a road. Bring this all the way down like that. And then we'll bring this over. Like that. That is nice. And then we can get some offices in there, and then we can probably get a little bit of parking back in there too. Yeah, that'll work for office. Let's go ahead and take those. We can have office along there and back in here, and that should work out pretty well and start to replace some of the jobs that were over here. I don't know if we want to call it Cooperdale, but for now, oh, speaking of names, I've changed names. This is Wheatley Shores over in here. We've got Central Business District. We'll keep that, and then we'll have Peabody Park, named after a AIDS activist from Maine. And then we've got de Bergerac University, and then we kept the South Park, East Park, North Park, and West Park the same there, and so I am pretty happy with that. We need a name for this industrial area there and Cooperdale there as well, but that is all in good shape. Okay, so the commercial in here has filled in, and it has a ton of employees, which means our unemployment has gone way down. And I want to move the dairy house out of town. So we're going to move this out closer to the farms, I think makes sense. And in fact, I want to make just a couple of changes out here. We're going to get a regular road here if we can. Like that, and the same thing here on this side. We'll go like that, and then we should be able to move the dairy house out here. Yeah, we can go there. And at some point, I want to build just a tiny rural community there, but not just yet. Right now, I want to focus on getting some stuff in here. Now, I want to see, this is going to improve a little bit, but eventually, I think I want high-density residential right here along the water. And to do that, I think what we'll do is we'll bring a road along here, pedestrian road, going to go up a tiny bit so that we can build right along the water here. Pedestrian road. And we want this to be a key as much as we can. And of course, the game is mad at me. So one trick to do here is we are going to level the land. Let's get a nice brush like this, and we need to be above the water level. Then we are going to get it a little bit lower. And we want it, yep, no land in there, that's good. And that was way too low. Don't want the water in here. No, no water. Okay, let's start over. I'm gonna come in here and get all the water gone. We want to get rid of those rocks as well. And we're just going to lower this slightly here. We're going to put that about where we're going to want that key to be, like that. And then we can come back here and get this to be the right height and exactly where we want that key, or quay, whatever you want to call it. And then we want to come in here and we want this elevation, 7.5 feet. We're going to keep this here so we can see what we're doing. We're going to build just a tiny bit at a time so that we can watch that elevation change and keep this at about 0 as much as we can here. And so you can see we can then come in here and we've got a nice level key exactly where we wanted it. And then we can come in, and over on this side, I want this pedestrian road to come out here. So we're going to come down here. We can turn snapping back on. And we'll go to there, and then this way. Slope too steep. Okay, we'll work the terrain a tiny bit here. We want to go up to there. There we go. And then we can bring this in. We want it to be at 0 feet. Yeah, let's bring that straight down. Actually about to there, and then we can curve nice. Yeah, okay, and then on this side, I want to have the pedestrian road come there. So we're, again, going to smooth, right-click there. Smooth on up, and then we'll get our pedestrian road here to curve right in like that. And then we can come back and we can right click in the water and bring that right up against the key, and the water will fill in to where that's at. And then over here we just need to do a little bit of work here to make it look a little bit nicer. So there we go, we've got a nice waterfront spot there that we can come back, and hopefully that pollution will clear. And actually, let's come in here and we'll get one more spot for the pedestrian road to come in here. Yeah, and then we can come in here and we'll get a tiny bit of residential there. They are probably not actually going to want to be there. So actually, let's do this with the medium density mixed zoning. See if we can get them to spawn out here too. Otherwise, you know what? Here, how about this? We'll just keep the high density business all in here. Yeah, I think it'll just be a high density commercial area. And then this could be a residential district here. Let's go ahead and make that more medium density here. That'll get more people in. And look at that, Polaris Suites is unlocked. We can come in here and get that right away. That could be something we put here. I don't know if people will live there, but let's go ahead and put that there. Oh, look, level 10. We're a small city now. I think that is the last major milestone. We've got everything unlocked now, which is really good. So we'll see how many people move in here. Yeah, they're moving in. It doesn't have to have things spawn, so we can get residential in there, and then all of this will fill in as well. All right, so this area has filled in with people, which is great. This they're complaining about the ground pollution, which is just going to be an issue that they have. They're sad here, and I think we're going to actually move it because it's not going to quite work the way I want it to there, I think, and it's not going to give us the benefit that we want either. I think we'll put it over in here then, and it'll have a wider impact on the city. Just be a nice building in there. But anyway, that's filled in, and unemployment is up over 10% again. So we're going to go ahead and just come in here and add more high density business. So we've got a lot of commerce going on in here, which I love. Now, one thing, this is not super realistic here. We've got this huge hill for our train station here. So I'm going to take this out, and we're going to bring the road hopefully up a little bit better here. If we come in, it'd be nice to get it up there. Yeah, actually, that looks quite a bit better there. And I made that a two-way, so I need to come in here and make it a one-way. Yeah, that'll work. And then what's nice about that is the buses actually come along here. So they turn in here to get into this area because that is too steep or too sharp of a turn, I think. And so then they can get in there quite nicely. I like that. And I wonder then, we've got 2 lanes here. We could make one of these a bus-only lane. Yeah, like that. And then they can turn right in there. And then if there's any traffic, they won't have to deal with it. Then I want to come in here too, and I don't want anybody parking right in front of the train station. So I'm going to come in and turn on, actually what we'll do, the same thing as we've done elsewhere, and just make that a wide sidewalk. Kind of would like to see that all along this road too, but for now we'll keep the parking there because we don't really have much parking. And at some point we need to get another bus line out this way, but for now this is really great. We've got a little bit of space here. What can they have? They can get a college library, which would look pretty nice over here actually. Let's go ahead and do that there. So that just increases the chance that they will graduate. And then we'll come in here and we'll get some pathways. Bring a pathway like this. And over here, unfortunately, it doesn't really want to connect with the stuff there. Instead, we'll just bring it all the way like that, and then bring one this way as well. Maybe along this way. And then we can come back with trees. And let's get some spruce trees in here, just to spruce it up. See what I did there? And then we'll get also some London plane trees to get a nice mix in there. But it'll make this whole area look just a little bit better. And you know what? Do we need that sewage outlet? I don't think we need it anymore. No. So we're going to get rid of this. Stop putting sewage right into there. Take these out so that it stops complaining, and there we go. So we did this, guys. We made it, and our city is improved. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to click on the video on the screen. It will be another one that you will enjoy, I guarantee it. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.